Are you looking for the best desktop PCs in your budget? Well, in today's video we break down the top 5 best desktop PCs that are available on the market. Okay, so let's get started with the video. At number 5. HP Omen 30L. Gaming computers are built to be workhorses. Games push computers harder than normal tasks largely because of the graphics and constant sending and receiving of information. So you need a computer that's able to keep up with all that. The HP Omen series is a line of gaming PCs that can be just as big as you need them to be. You can get configurations as low as an Intel Core i5 and NVIDIA GPX 1660 GPU, which itself is quite capable. But, if you want to get a rock-solid performer, we recommend splurging and picking up the Intel Core i9, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 GPU, 32GB of RAM, and 2TB of storage. That configuration gets expensive quickly, but in terms of raw horsepower, it'll be worth it. If you're into RGB lighting on your gaming rig, you'll love the HP Omen with its clear front and sides. Some reviewers feel that the internals don't do enough to justify the glass case, but that's more a matter of taste. You can make this computer light up if you want it to. Some users report that the computer's thermal management isn't the best. The PC is liquid and air-cooled, and the fans themselves can get pretty loud. Some reviewers suggest using software to keep the clock cycles down on the processor, which keeps the fans down a bit. It makes a difference. At number 4. Dell G5 2020. The Dell G5 2020 is one of our favorite values in desktop computing. The computer is a mini tower, which means it's smaller than a conventional tower. The recommended configuration for this computer is below, but Zach, our reviewer, found the base model to be surprisingly powerful. He writes, using a 144Hz 1080p monitor to ensure lots of overhead while testing. Less intensive games like World of Warcraft, League of Legends and indie titles like Starbound performed quite well, all of which easily hit over 100 FPS on average. For AAA games like Gears of War 5 and Battlefield V, the G5 struggled a bit more, but was still able to get a pretty consistent 60 FPS with such demanding titles. Zach calls the mini tower's design an interesting geometric pattern with little fins across the surface, a single G5 logo, an RGB light bar, and the front input panel. The fact that it's a mini tower comes with some compromises. NS. At number 3. Acer Chromebox CXi3. ChromeOS is a very respectable operating system in its own right, even if it is the least mature of the big three. While Windows and macOS both have their advantages, ChromeOS's strengths lie in the power of Google's services, and the ability to run on minimal hardware. Indeed, the specification sheet for this Chromebox is not impressive. You've got an 8th generation Intel Core i3, 8GB of RAM, and 64GB of onboard storage. But ChromeOS runs great on this hardware. Erica, our reviewer, says it feels lightning fast because it has more than enough processing power for a Chrome OS machine. It's like driving a sports car through a neighborhood. It won't miss a beat as you open applications, search the web, or watch videos. This PC actually falls into a category called the mini PC due to its extremely small size. This computer even ships with a VESA mount, which allows you to attach the computer to the back of a monitor, essentially turning it into an all-in-one PC. At number 2. Alienware Aurora R12. Dell's Alienware desktop comes from a long legacy of top-quality gaming hardware. Shortly after Intel announced its 11th generation processors, Dell upgraded its Alienware to take advantage of them. We haven't had the chance to go hands-on with the Alienware R12, but we did look at the R11 and were confident enough in the Alienware brand to draw conclusions about the R12. Put simply, it's a beast. Specifically, you have an 11th generation Core i7 processor, with 8 cores running at 2.5 GHz, max at 4.9 GHz, and 16 threads. Add an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080 Super GPU, 64GB of DDR4 RAM, and 2 SSDs for a combined total of 3 TB. That means you can store basically anything and access it very quickly. Erica Ross, who reviewed the Aurora R11, said, while some gaming PC towers boast bold designs with transparent glass, RGB fans, and enough colors to make you feel like you're at a rave, the Aurora R12 takes a much different design approach. At number 1. Mac Mini M1, 2020. If you're looking for the most affordable Mac out there, the news is good nearly all around. Apple's smallest desktop computer was among the first to get upgraded to the lightning-fast M1 processor, which runs rings around comparable Intel-powered Macs in terms of speed and performance. Unlike MacBook laptops, the Mini boasts legacy ports like USB-A and HDMI, too. The 256GB and 512GB models will run you $699 and $899, respectively, at the Apple Store, but the good news is that they're now frequently on sale at other retailers for $50 to $100 less. More and more Mac apps are adding compatibility for the M1 platform, and Apple's Rosetta 2 software runs most legacy apps in a fairly speedy compatibility mode. But if you still want native Intel support, a Core i5 version of the Mini remains in the line for $1,099. Read our hands-on experience with the 2020 M1 Mac lineup.
Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. If this video was helpful to you, please remember to leave a like and subscribe my channel to see more videos like this. If you have any questions related to these products, you can leave a comment down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.